how your brand value is.
Right.
This is how you ni. You pakai macam mana hari-hari macam ni. You nak cool macam ni gelang. You have to be you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we are very, very privileged, very grateful, very honored to have with us in the studio Ibu Hanim. I met Ibu Hanim maybe about 4 years, almost 5 years ago maybe. And this was pre-COVID, right? Because a friend of mine had just started working with Ibu, and he's like, "Fast, you have to meet this lady. You have to meet this lady." I'm like, okay, sure, of course. And then I met Ibu over lunch at her office, and I immediately fell in love with her. Like most people do.
Right.
I think anybody who meets Ibu generally falls in love with her like at the first meeting.
Right.
And so we're very grateful to have her. Ibu, I think for those people who are watching right now, maybe not that many may know about you, but maybe you can tell us a little bit about you and what you do.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, I'm Ibu Hanim. My full name is Faridah Hanim Harun, 59 years old. I've been serving the corporate sector as organizational development specialist and change management in a Fortune 500 organization, which is Petronas, for almost 20 years. And then there, I developed solutions, how to improve organization, how to make businesses sustain.
Mm-hmm.
So we even developed this academy called OPIA's Academy for Petronas, where we kind of develop leaders and also change agents throughout Petronas around the world. Then we had about 158 subsidiaries of Petronas, wholly owned, 54 joint ventures, and many other hundreds of companies that have interest with. So in a lot of ways, these are all my kind of students.
Wow.
That's a lot. That's a lot of companies, right?
That is a lot.
That's a lot. Yes, exactly.
What's an organizational development specialist for the layman?
For the layman, is very much about, we have to understand the difference between organization, company, and business.
Yeah.
All right. Organization is actually the house. Wait, the house activities within its house, which is the organization. And the activity is called a business. In there, you have business, you have people who runs the business. So it's like family inside the house, the organization.
Yeah.
That has to be smooth, good harmony and all that.
Okay.
And what about company, syarikat or Sendirian Berhad?
Yeah.
That is actually the formality of how you register that organization. Be it in the Berhad mode or be it in the Sendirian Berhad mode or enterprise. That's why we call syarikat.
It's like the lease lah. It's like the legal document that says it's a house.
So when
That
I
says what it is.
say organizational development is a biggest picture, meaning I also concerned about the house being solid, the foundation is good, the activity inside is correctly, the formula is correct, in order to achieve or arrive to whatever the destination that they want to be. So about leadership, about mindset, culture, system, structure, sales, marketing, production, operation.
Wow.
Everything is within the house.
Okay.
So I must make sure the house is built right. I must make sure that the activity within the house is done right. That all in all is called organizational. And I developed that for a purpose of to sustain business, creating dynamic legacy.
Okay. So I know that you just mentioned you were in Petronas Group as the organizational development specialist, basically taking charge of all of Petronas and its subsidiaries. So that's a huge house, huge organization. But today, what you do, or what I know you to do, is basically you've left the Petronas Group, and your mission, as you would always put it, is to help Malaysian SMEs or Malaysian companies become stronger, more resilient. How do you help these companies?
Well, it all started with me at final days. I mean, when I was 50 years old in Petronas, supposedly I resigned at 60 years old. But I saw this report saying that SME, they can only last about 3 to 5 years. Sedih jugalah. I'm a mother. And most of the usahawan or entrepreneurs, the younger ones, they're about the age of my children.
Yeah.
And imagine me being a mom, being in a comfortable organization, knowing that I'm going to get my salary every end of the month, and them out there drowning kind of. They only know how to do good sales and marketing.
Right.
And it's all about their cash flow. And it's not about installing and designing an organization that lasts a longer time and proper measurement, KPI. They don't know all that. So I'm being blessed. Allah blessed me with all this knowledge, 20 years of experience, chief for quality conventions, international Petronas. Can you imagine all the experience doing ISO, certified lead auditor, ISO 9000, dealt with many international consultants that they couldn't afford. With all that knowledge and experiences with hundreds of companies, I think Allah designed me or developed me or make me to actually serve the country. And the best way to serve the country is to serve this young generation who's going to be the future of the country. And I think the best way for them to have power or whatever their words or their whatever they fight for to be heard is through the power of money. They have to be strong. They have to have the money to speak, to help, to assist anak yatim create change that just not depend on the government alone. So they can do their part. And they can even be stronger than any other maybe political nika. They can be stronger. They can help. So that is why when I read that report, I made that very difficult decision to resign, because me and Petronas is like, I even have people comment this. We cannot imagine not having Ibu in this organization.
You guys
So,
are one and the same at that point.
kind of that. I'm the mother to a lot. I don't create that change for Petronas. I
Yeah.
teach people. Because I can't do it alone. This big organization.
Yeah.
I need to have gangs. I need to have people to understand the formula, to teach them, and we do it together in a lot of ways. So when I left, I know that it's very difficult for the young entrepreneurs out there to accept me, because they already have, famous gurus out there. And who is this old woman coming from don't know where, and claiming herself number one leadership guru of Malaysia? Oh my goodness. But then again, I said I have to take that risk. And, slowly I enter into a different world, which is the entrepreneurial world. Introduce myself to them and what I can. First of all, at the beginning, I give value. I try to give value, prove some few cases, results, and then slowly, I'm gaining trust from the young entrepreneurs out there.
So you touched a little bit about your life before forming Annems Leadership, and a lot of it revolved around Petronas. What was that life like day to day? What were your goals then, and how were they different than your goals now?
Well, then was very much about me finding new tools, do research, design solutions in order to ensure that Petronas will continue to be very strong and conquering the world in a lot of way. I know I'm just that small part. I don't know whether I really, maybe, because they kind of recognizes me and rank me as the 1% top performer.
Right.
So, okay. But again, I was saying, with all that understanding, learning, I can't be there for long, because I know if I leave, there'll be many people who can kind of continue whatever I've been doing, my mission, because I've taught a lot of them. So I don't feel that guilty. I left because I have another mission for this new group of people who probably will not accept me, or probably will accept me, but I so know they need whatever knowledge that I have and the experiences I have for them. But the bridging between Petronas and the Usahawan is the SPRM, National Anti-Corruption Commission, where the Talent Corp and Pemandu decided to look for talents outside or inside Malaysia to help the government transformation project. Then they investigated, they found me to be leadership guru or advisor for SPRM, which is MACC lah, Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission. I was there for 3 years as contract for service, like retainer fee. I'm not kind of, I don't have to be in the office all the time, only when it's needed. So, and they allow me to, in between times, help usahawan, entrepreneurs out there to build their companies, to teach, they allow. So, I think it's a fair deal.
Yeah.
I took that as a bridging. Kalau
Yep.
tidak, from ada salary to tak ada salary langsung.
Yeah.
Mati I.
That's a really, really helpful transition.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. And they're being powerful. So my entry into the Usahawan was very easy in a lot of ways. They helped me a lot too. So yeah.
I think that one of the most powerful things that I've seen through that journey, because I met you quite relatively early in that just before the huge skyrocket, right? And I think the impact that you make now compared to when you're helping Petronas and Petronas only, you're helping one giant company. But what you do now has so much more impact because you're helping hundreds of companies, hundreds of businesses in Malaysia. And I definitely can speak from experience. I think you can speak from experience as well in our entrepreneurial journey.
Yeah.
After having been through your program before multiple times now, I look at myself as an entrepreneur before learning your methodology and all the things that you taught, and now I'm a lot more structured. It's very clear. It's extremely clear how what you teach helps companies become a lot more resilient. But I'm not even sure if the companies understand the full value of what you teach them, because literally Petronas had spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on consultants to give you that information that's in your head.
Yeah.
And they are benefiting from the hundreds of thousands, probably millions of dollars that Petronas has
millions.
spent
Yes.
on that information that's in your head that you're sharing with them now. And you are sharing it with them for a tiny fraction of the cost. Like tiny, I always tell, every time I hear what Ibu charges, I can tell you have to double it at least. You need to. But I think that's also part of that mission and that heart to help companies or businesses in Malaysia. What do you feel is, at least right now, the biggest challenge that companies in Malaysia are going to face, say, in the next five years?
The challenges?
Or the biggest challenge? You can share with us multiple, but I think
A lot of challenges.
Yeah.
I think being young, I don't think they see the importance of, developing organization. All they want is fast money. Because that's actually very exciting for them. And dengan all this attraction, you need to buy the best phone, you need to have that, everything needs money.
Yeah.
The best handbags, banyak sangat, orang kata apa, what's the word in Malay?
Bright shiny object.
Banyak
Distraction.
What's the word for it in Malay?
Distractions.
Like taksub.
Kind
Something
of.
like that. Yeah. Like taksub. Like being so immersed
Very
in
of
fast-paced
current
technology
and current. It's all about now.
Keeping up,
Keeping
keeping up with the
current.
Josens.
Yeah.
Wanting the newest things.
And now we have the platforms like TikTok,
Yeah.
Reels. So it's
Yeah.
very important for them to do OOTD every day, well dressed. Everything is spent for now.
Yeah.
So I don't blame them. Probably being young, thinking about legacy, creating dynamic legacy, generation. It's in their mind. Tapi it's not the important thing to do now, kind
Yeah.
of.
Yeah.
So that is my challenge.
Yeah.
To get them to understand that you need to develop or design an organisation that you can pass on to your children. Susah sangat. And then belajar dengan ibu tak senang kaya.
Yeah.
Like I don't see the impact immediately.
Yes.
But actually, that's why it's very important ibu ada a few case studies. So what I did was I set up a group of my senior students. I call them warriors. They are the same one I brought to Turkey. So we had this Legasi Pejuang, 8 episode, Astro Oasis, every Friday, siaran ulangan, every Saturday 2:30. This is the final episode this coming Friday, the 8th episode. All these 7 founders that followed me, I want to showcase to everyone else because I think they need proof that even them installing what I taught them, bukan pasal sales or marketing, they are actually sustaining. Kiranya dapat income every month yang agak stable. Dia bukan macam yo-yo. So, and they are able to do millions every month, bukan every year. And they all even told me, Ibu heran lah, Ibu ajar bukan pasal buat duit, but whatever Ibu ajar, and when we installed it, we become clearer, more focused. We know how to calculate the MSOP formula, the profit dashboard. We know what to get, the strategy. And our revenue, our improvement is 1,000%. That's one company. The other company memang buat dalam 10 times better than before. Sedangkan ibu tak ajar sales and marketing. So dia orang macam hairan. What bomo is this?
Do you think that a big part of why the results are the way they are is because the amount of clarity that you provide on what you teach also dictates the decision making on their part? So it's no longer about making a decision of what's going to make me money now. It's making a decision of what's going to make me money in the long run.
In a lot of ways, they are more focused, more clarity. They are sharp. They know the targets that they need every week or every month, all correctly calculated. They minimize waste. They minimize waste of time too, waste of money, lean management. So all in all, create better profit, bottom line. It's as simple as that. And when you're focused, Ibu, you said that my target should be 20 million this year, but I barely did like 10 million last year. Based on calculation and your 5N capacity, we calculated you are able to achieve your 20 million. And we set the strategy very monthly or weekly. I said, you know what? Paralyze your brain, just follow. And
Just
they did
do.
just that. Because they have a lot of thoughts macam emotional ganggu tau. Boleh ke, apa ke, banyak sangat gangguan. You know what? Paralyze your brain, just follow me. And yes, boom. And onwards, ibulah segalanya kind of. Always keep reminding them, ni rezeki Allah. Ibu hanya asbabnya. Cuma bila kita, when we already have these 7 cases, or these warriors for that matter, suddenly, that's where the boom goes, happen. Suddenly, all other companies, SME, want to join and learn from him. They just want that simple proof.
I think I can resonate with that a little bit because you were talking about a lot of young entrepreneurs and young people who want to start businesses, and I feel like I fall in that category. I would consider myself pretty young.
You are, sure.
especially next to Faz. I consider myself pretty young.
Yes.
And I can resonate with wanting to keep current, or at least that's the kind of person that I used to be. And I am in a position of being very grateful that I am surrounded by people who are able to help me change my mindset, especially when I'm talking to Faz, who helps me through my decision making in business. And I know he has bits and pieces of Ibu Hanim. He has bits and pieces of the different teachers that he's gone through in life, and all that compounded into the knowledge that I have. In order to run my businesses, I feel like there's so much more clarity, there's so much more, and it's not just about, I used to be very stressed out and I used to be very anxious if my business is not essentially making enough money. But what I'm looking at it, the way that I'm looking at it now is I may not be making money right now, but the structures that I'm building on the back end gives me some form of reassurance that when money comes in, it's properly allocated, it's not wasted. The decisions that I make around the revenue that comes in is set for growth. And not
it's
set
more
for
continuous.
Exactly. So all that to say that I resonate a lot with what you're saying, especially from a youth standpoint.
Youth.
Yeah, from a youth standpoint. Yeah.
I just wanted to touch on the thing that you mentioned, which was, for me, I think was very telling, is that you are not a sales and marketing guru, so to speak. You don't really teach, you don't touch that much on sales and marketing in your classes, but what you do teach them translates into higher sales and and more marketing, or at least better profits, so to speak, not marketing. And one of the things that has been like my buzzword for the month, I've been talking to Afiq about it, I spoke to Fadi about it, I spoke to my wife about it on the way here, is profits are found in companies, in businesses, profits are found in efficiency.
Yes.
And so when you help these companies with small 1% changes over all these different divisions over a long period of time, it compounds so much. You know, like just a 1% change in your, or let's say even not a 1% change, because I know that what you teach even easily increases their efficiency in operations by 50%, increases their efficiency in marketing by 50%, increases their efficiency in the management 50%. That in itself is over 300%, right?
Absolutely.
And over time, it is not outside the realm of possibility to get that 10x, that 1000% increase. But a lot of times what people do is they dismiss these small changes.
Sangat.
Yeah, and they compounds over time.
Exactly. And the formula that I taught them, sekarang dah ada some inclusion of marketing and sales. Because I have master's degree in entrepreneurship from Australia. So not to say that I don't understand marketing at all. Cuma marketing and sales ni dia punya dynamic and changes dia. Wow.
Yeah.
Now dengan TikToknya lah,
Very
dengan
fast.
TikTok ads managernya, dengan now reseller ke affiliates.
Yeah.
You know, we have to be so current. What more with AI and all that. So I did kind of share with some of them. Kata, if you make changes in these two areas, your revenue, your profit kan increases 279%. I have all the numbers.
Yep.
They just have to follow that. And it goes that way. According to that formula.
Absolutely.
Macam dulu-dulu lebih banyak pada macam leadership, structure, system, change management, or problem solving 5-step method, and culture, high performing culture. But now, after they've graduated the business sustainability solution, the 5-month program, they are to register into another program called the strategic planning bootcamp. That one magical. That one is where we give numbers, strategy, what marketing you need to do. Even today, with the recession and all that economy problem ni semua, memang ibu kata online is very important. Jangan miss online. Tapi go to market strategy. So suddenly everybody dah start hidupkan balik the pasar malam, hidupkan balik and database lama. The go to market strategy consists of outlets, pop-up store, concept store, pasar malam. We also have activating of your database. Semua kita ada strategi. How to activate your database. This is what we do. Step 1, step 2, step 4. And they say out of nowhere 3 million masuk. Ibu ni duit free je ibu. We already have the database. Tak payah nak spend pun lead acquisition cost.
Yes.
And then now ibu pun cakap juga dengan dia orang, I don't know why lah, I'm going to be 60 years, so I'm 59 this year. My
Just
last
recently,
5.
happy birthday.
Yeah, recently.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Last week.
Last week, happy
Last
birthday.
Thank you. Masya Allah. Enjoy my 5. And later jadi 6 pula. Anyway, I keep telling them lah. Ibu kata, sekarang ibu sangat investigate pasal AI. How AI can bagi efficiency dekat kita lagi. Ibu sekarang into study pasal Midjourney, Lumen 5. Ibu into ChatGPT sangat-sangat. I think dekat group dengan circle-circle ibu the first yang bagi live video tentang how to use ChatGPT. In February ke bila agak awal masa baru keluar seminggu tu ibu dah start announce how to use ChatGPT, and I'm being 60 years old proving to the younger generation apa saja yang korang rasa itu orang muda is just information and orang tua pun boleh belajar.
Absolutely.
So
Right, okay.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct. As part of the young generation, I agree.
I always want to make the young generation semalu duduk dengan ibu sebab alamak nak catch up dengan ibu pun tak sempat. Contohnya ibu akan talk about TikTok for example. Ya, dulu TikTok tempat kita menari-menari. Tapi sekarang ni TikTok is where I learn pasal petrodollar, economy. Will yuan take over US dollars. I learn about economy. I learn about a lot of things there. And TikTok ni one thing dia punya AI intelligence to know your preference. So and now dah ada shop, TikTok shop. And TikTok shop, the community rule is very strict. Meaning dia dah create trust in people nak purchase things from the TikTok shop. Bayang, ibu kena educate dia youngsters about dah lah tu tukar platform. Nanti dah tak ada TikTok, dah ada mok-mok pula kau pergi sana. It's a VUCA world. It's so volatile. Changes happen fast. Kalau korang tak embrace the change, kau nak expect orang tua ni embrace change. Korang muda embrace change. And jangan tunggu nanti dulu. By then TikTok tak ada relevan dah kot. Sekarang ads manager kat TikTok tengah murah. Masuk. Now I don't know the future of reseller pula. Memang akan ada. Tapi people are playing affiliates now.
Yes. Absolutely.
Where loyalty is no more it. Kalau reseller, you tak boleh jual barang lain, nanti I kecil hati SHQ. Tapi kalau you affiliate, berlambat-lambat shop you boleh select in order for you to affiliate based on shop tu punya scoring.
Yes.
And you boleh study shop tu paling high demand or not.
Yes.
So the choice is in the hand of people out there, not anymore in the HQ. Change your game, I said. So ibu dok pergi advice semua, change your game. HQ ready tak dengan these new changes? So strategi masih strategi lapuk.
Absolutely.
So you can't actually. So kita kena sangat aware dengan what's going on in the world and be faster than the change.
Yeah. I was the old man, right? The old man here. I had to share with him some AI tools, you know.
Itulah dia.
I share some AI. I was just like, hey, bro, it's gonna save me a ton of money, bro. He's like, hey, bro, look, I made a website. I don't need you. I made a website in 1 minute, bro.
Yeah, make a website in 1 minute. Exactly. Boleh jual all your Canva template kat Etsy ke anything. Oh my goodness, you can survive. Cuma tu je lah. They have to be faster than the change.
Yeah. Your Faz is the one that shows me all the new AI stuff.
I literally bombard them on
Orang tua
Instagram.
ni.
Yes. I literally bombard them on Instagram and say, hey, check out this AI tool. Check out this.
Sama.
I send them so many,
links
they
kan?
don't even watch it.
Aku seorang yang excited.
I tell you a story.
And then yesterday,
you tell the story lah.
And then yesterday I hung out with Faz, and Faz was showing me about this AI tool that can build your website based on what you prompt.
Your business.
Yeah. And I was so impressed, and I asked him how it was spelled, and he said, "Why don't you check the WhatsApp group that we have? I already slapped you in the face with it 2 weeks ago."
Sama. Allahu Akbar. And then they keep saying to me, tak sukalah pakai ChatGPT sebab dia akan translate pakai bahasa Indonesia. You know what? Your prompt. Please translate in bahasa Indonesia and do not use bahasa Indonesia. I add that prompt. Memang
And it
bahasa
works.
Indonesia total.
Wow. Honestly, this is me being old. I'm like,
You didn't know that.
I
prompt.
didn't know
You
that prompt. Like you can basically copyright in Bahasa Malaysia on ChatGPT.
Exactly. And dia keluar superpower.
Yeah.
And real bahasa Malaysia.
Wow.
You know, sometimes it please translate in bahasa Malaysia. Here we go. Pekerja is called karyawan.
Yeah.
That's
Karyawan.
Indonesia.
Yeah.
So I keep prompting again. You're using Indonesian language. I want
we're
bahasa
talking-
Malaysia. Gaduh dengan dia. Oh, dia bang, sorry lah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Allow me to check.
Satu nama dia chat.
I'm sorry, I don't
Chat
understand.
means dia human being. You chat with that
Betul.
person. Dia
That's
bukan
right.
Google
That's
search.
Right. That's right. I think because we've coming from a world before ChatGPT, it's always been you asking Google something.
Yeah.
And asking Google is not a two-way communication.
Yeah, it's not
But
interactive. right?
ChatGPT is a two-way communication.
Yeah.
And people need to get in that mindset.
Even orang jual manuals how to prompt
Yes.
and make money
Yeah,
out of it.
correct.
Yeah.
Betapa
Prompt
bodohnya kita
engineering.
nak prompt ChatGPT. Orang sampai jual benda tu opportunity.
Yeah. I've seen on Instagram ads, people selling the best marketing prompts for ChatGPT.
Yeah, I've seen that also. You can make money off of that.
Yeah.
Pandai betul. So, itulah.
Okay. You want to take a break? I think we're like 40 minutes in. 32 minutes in. Okay,
32
cool.
minutes
Now you can go on lah. Go on.
Tanyalah soalan apa-apa. Maybe the
What
final
would you
few.
like to know? What would you? I see Ibu before COVID lah. Let's say I would be with Ibu every week,
Yes.
right? So I know quite a little bit. But for your business, what do you think would be helpful?
Meh.
I think
Let me diagnose you. Okay, tell me some of the challenges that you face in your business, Hani.
Okay, let's talk about this business. Yeah, the our business that we have. So some of the so a challenge that we're facing currently is how do we so podcasting is it can be considered very very niche. It's a field that requires some level of understanding to navigate if you want a business around podcasting, and you have to have knowledge on how do you market a podcast, how do you build a podcast, how do you sustain listenership, how do you create content, and
That's your business. I mean, that your company do that.
our company Renegade is there are two branches. There's Renegade Radio and then there's Renegade Plus. Renegade Radio is essentially a network where we house different in-house shows, like a business podcast that we have called Cultivating the Masses. We have some in the creative industry. We have a gaming podcast. We also have a literature podcast. But on the Renegade Plus side of things, we provide services to businesses who want to build podcasts for themselves.
Okay.
So we have clients who look at podcasting as a tool to market their strategic objective. Let's say a business wants to humanize their services. That's a bit on the nose. But a business wants to humanize their services, but they are in an industry where the general consensus is they are not very human.
Okay.
What's an example?
An example would be a bank.
Okay.
Right, a bank's services are not very human.
Okay.
Especially from the consumer's point of view.
Okay.
So what they want to do is to present themselves as more human. They want to humanize their services, and they want to do that through podcasting. So through seasons, they want to talk about it could be topics that touch on social activity. It could be a topic that touches on what was the first season? Do you remember?
Remember? This damn a lot of words. Okay, let me help you.
Okay.
What is your business? How do you make money? What is your challenge?
Okay. What is your business? Briefly, how do you make money?
Okay, so
What is
the first challenge in the business is I probably can't explain the business.
I like that.
A few moments
Okay, that's
later.
a big challenge.
See, just talking to you without your reply has helped me clarify issue number one.
There you go.
But if I were to shorten it, our business provides podcasting services to businesses that need it, and our challenge is finding more like-minded businesses who find value in that kind of service. It's probably the simplest way that I can put it.
Okay. Your service, you give that service to businesses.
Correct. So
You don't have like a channel at a certain a fixed platform that people will view, and then people will kind of paid advertisement or anything to hear. Is it like that?
We provide, so like a marketing agency provides a website.
Okay.
We would provide a podcast. So that means we help businesses brainstorm what their show is going to be about.
Okay.
We
Faham.
create the structure.
Betul.
We produce. We give them so they give us content, what they want to talk about, right? We
Okay.
help with
Structuring
finding
it.
guests,
Okay.
putting the guests in front of the host. If they don't have a host, we find the host, and then we produce the entire podcast, and then we distribute it for them.
Okay. How well people know your service and how much do they want your service and what's your business like?
I think because right now, because we are the first movers, locally there aren't many options that businesses can go to if they want to start a
Blue
podcast.
ocean lah, in a lot of way.
Correct.
So what do we need to do as a blue ocean business? We need to educate people that they need it, right?
Yes.
Educate to the point that macam kalau dia tak dapat your service, they can die lah.
Yes.
Did you do that? Sense of urgency?
I don't think we've done it effectively.
Itulah sebenarnya.
Yeah.
So
Because
your
I'm
words tadi
coming.
banyak protecting yourself.
Oh, okay.
And maybe because they don't know. Maybe psychologically, what I'm hearing from you, from your non-verbal kind
Yeah.
of, you macam masih protect diri you why it's not doing as you expect.
Right.
Okay. Sebenarnya you can be so popular, especially sekarang. Sebenarnya semua orang sangat perlu you, if not kind of their business akan jadi irrelevant. Sekarang ni podcast, short videos, less than 3 minutes. Throughout the year ke 6 bulan ke 3 bulan ke bersiri ke whatever, sangat laku. But business tak tahu benda tu wujud. Imagine ibu ada dalam 300-400 founders SME. And they're struggling nak buat short TikTok punya ni. They're struggling to do podcast yang dia orang boleh pakai platform TikTok, platform omnipresence. Dia boleh pakai the same one, dia customize sikit-sikit, kan tembak kat semua media sosial dia. Tapi siapa yang nak buat benda tu? Siapa yang dia nak fikirkan untuk tu? They don't need to even have a department, creative department, and bayar gaji yang sangat banyak. They already have you. Quarter of the expenses je pay kat you. Kalau dia ada a department yang kepikir pasal podcast, TikTok, berapa kepala kena bayar gaji? Did you tell them that?
No.
Did you do the perbezaan of saving, cost saving, and the value that they get for having you? Masya Allah. Kalau you ada a big studio, for example, and you ada small cubicles, yang semua orang boleh masuk buat live, TikTok live, and service dia ikut macam karaoke punya booth tu. Betul. And ada pula another area kat luar tu advice. The do's and don't bila buat TikTok live. You ada that studio, 2-3 studio, boleh rental. And boleh green screen kan produk ni macam dia dalam kedai. Why? Semua orang tak tahu you exist. Kenapa you tak aggressive in telling them? Is your TikTok heavy in menembakkan tentang your service? Is it daily? Do you do ads manager about what you do? Berapa banyak follower you? Are they quality followers yang perlukan servis ini? First and foremost, to do a successful business, bagi free services. Bagi dia yang rasa food testing.
That's right. First one's always free, bro.
First one mesti free. Bagi value first. Nanti dia nampak keikhlasan hati you membantu. And then they don't mind giving everything to you later. Jangan tamak. Bagi je dulu dia orang rasa. Yang mana awal-awal dah bagi, convert to duit pula. Ini keep on bagi, ini convert duit pula. And then the ombak will not stop.
I think it's clear now that I'm talking to you that what the problem sounds like is even kita orang punya marketing or the way that we're positioning ourselves is maybe we're focused on when we're telling the clients why they need us. I think maybe we're focusing on why podcasting is good for them versus why we should be the one that does it for you. So the perbezaan is instead of podcasting can make your brand reach 100,000. That's one. Number two is podcasting. If you have an idea, we can do it for you, and you don't have to pay a team full time. So those are two angles that we could have worked with, but we went for the one that is not as effective, and it focuses on us more than it focuses on the actual clients or the actual market that we're trying to penetrate.
Macam contohnya, you can always deal with Ibu. Ibu, can I make learning series with you? And TikTok kan ada jual learning series. Every of the video is 2.5 to 3 minutes. Dia ada 30 video, jual RM294 like Kion's marketing expert buat. Contohnya. Tapi ibu kena ada 100,000 follower kat TikTok. I'm now only at 98 ke 97. Ada sikit lagi lah itu my team is doing. And then I can qualify to create learning series in my existing TikTok. Bayangkanlah ya. Kalau ibu tak payah, ini contoh kalau ibu tak payah nak beli all this gadget, I do it with you, we can always profit share. And ibu can always mention or tulis kat situ, powered by. That's the one way to market. Kalau you buat dekat ibu, you dah promote to my audience yang agak ramai juga. And my audience walaupun 100,000, they are quality audience. Ibu tak ada student university yang follow ibu. Yang follow ibu betul-betul yang berduit, yang tengah buat business. Ibu bukan Siti Nurhaliza yang sedap dengan lagu ke apa. Dia nak dengar dengan ibu sebab dia nak selamatkan bisnes dia. So can you imagine 100,000 tu quality ones.
So the moral of the story is promote Ibu, make sure she gets past the 150,000 mark.
yeah. I got that.
Or my team need to pass me 100,000, then you come on board
Yeah.
so that kita dibenarkan oleh TikTok Management Malaysia untuk create that learning series. You jual 30 video yang 3 minit tu,
Right.
katalah RM200. My team kata 50 pun jadi lebu, kita nak buat untuk give value dulu.
I know.
Ah,
That's a lead generation
Bagi
method.
bagi famous, bagi orang tu tak hidup without ibu. And then if you want can tumpangkan, I don't know, you have to talk to my COO lah, Haris.
Actually, the strategy is quite simple. So let's say Ibu gets passed, and then you just do not a giveaway series, but a low value series, say maybe 50 ringgit lah, right? And then, so even if you profit share that, it's nothing, it's not much.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yang kita
But
nak
what
database.
Is when they go for Ibu's program and they've already paid X amount, I won't say, then you go in front of them and you talk to them lah.
Exactly.
And then you offer your podcast production services.
Yeah.
In fact, I think petang ni ada satu company panggil ibu pergi Wang Semaju. I think ini antara idea diorang and they want to have my help. How nak collaborate dengan ibu sebab dia ni pandai. Dia ada benda-benda macam ni lah. Haris was suspecting that too. Mungkin dia buat booth ke. Macam karaoke-nya booth tu kan. Banyak bilik kan. Semua tu live tengah on. Dia orang tak payah create studio.
Yeah, I was just thinking what you're saying is so good, right? Like you have a retail space, whether it's in a shopping mall or an industrial area, you have small studio pods, and then you have a marketing consultant outside.
Ya, power gila tu.
Confirm. I mean, the pods will make money itself.
Yeah.
So the marketing consultant doesn't like, hey, if I don't make a sale, I don't care. You already paid for my studio. I'm making But if you want, I can show you how to use it for marketing.
Cara cakap, TikTok
Yeah.
live.
Just do consults.
One thing TikTok live dia ada teknik-teknik dia pula. Bagi je lah, bagi dia rasa ada value.
And do like free TikTok workshops, right? Like, so people come, then people use your studio, then you can sell. Okay,
Speak
you got the
their
free one
language
already?
now. TikTok is the language now. TikTok is no more about menari-menari and rubbish. A serious business platform now.
Awesome. Cool, man.
Nak jadi cerita lain ni.
That's normal.
This
This is normal, Ibu.
This is coaching. This is Afiq's coaching
Afiq's
with
coaching.
Ibu Hanim.
And
Is the-
Afiq, marketing Afiq ni. Orang kenal tak your business? I kalau buat marketing audit kat you habis gone.
Base.
Tu ada guru power kat sebelah.
Itulah.
Hi. Behind that company. Macam mana ibu nak structurekan you supaya this is how your brand value is.
Right.
This is how you ni. You pakai macam mana hari-hari macam ni. You nak cool macam ni gelang. You have to be you.
Yeah.
Tapi boleh konsisten tak? This
Yeah.
is you. And macam mana you boleh involve dalam a lot of talk for free. Siapa-siapa punya platform volunteer je. I nak bagi value. I nak bagi value. I nak bagi value. Sampai jadi famous. And that's what I did. I naik semua orang punya stage masa keluar Petronas. For free. That's all I did. Sampai I kena kecam by my previous team. Ibu bila nak buat duit accept bagi free. Trust my game.
It's building. It's always about building.
Tengok sekarang,
It's about building.
kutit semua. Non-stop.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say something about brand. Yes, that's right. So then now you know what your next level job is.
Yeah.
Is to be the podcast guy, the face lah.
Yes.
You're the face.
Dalam Malaysia, orang nampak podcast, orang nampak Afiq. Can you do that? Do that. You every time sebut podcast je.
When everybody
T-shirt
says
kalau kelakar-kelakar,
podcast,
you pun pasal podcast.
Yeah.
Jokes you yang ada print kat t-shirt, it's all about podcast. You punya quotes yang keluar pun pasal podcast. It could be silly, it could be fun, it could be serious. You're the podcast guy.
There you go.
Design poster pun kartun-kartun. The podcast guy. You macam Haris Iskandar but in the podcast punya ni. Janganlah buat lawak pula.
Face the same,
Tak
bro.
kalau buat lawak tak ke mana nanti.
Okay, jangan buat lawak pula.
Stay my lane.
Create that. The only advice ibu ada, consistency. Istiqomah. Betul. Sebab tu Allah ajar kita solat 5 waktu. Do you think he need that? He's too powerful to need our solat. You know what he's doing to the humankind?
Just teaching consistency.
Consistency. Ingat senang ke nak konsisten? Kejap Zuhur, kejap tidak, kejap asar. That is what our cells as human being need. For us, not for him.
Yeah.
And another one, they call kusyuk. What is kusyuk? Why is Allah wanting us to kusyuk? Ingat dia je. Tak ingat orang lain. Allah, you're too powerful. You don't need my focus. But business, you need focus, right?
Yeah.
And the only way to train us is consistency and kusyuk in solat. Tu je. to make you a good businessman. That's all. Not for him. Too rich. Tak bother pun macam letak garam dekat dalam laut lah.
Yeah. This is
Itu pun
eye-opening.
seksa kan? Kita nak consistent.
Betul.
Trust me.
I just
Yeah,
learned
no,
something
it's
about-
true. It's difficult for me to be inconsistent in that. To be consistent in
Ya,
that in that
susah.
region
Ya
of
Allah. And
life
Allah
as
knows
well.
that. Itu paling susah.
Yeah.
Paling susah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tell all my students. Obviously, I remind myself also. The foundation to success is consistency. There's no point doing it once a day, once a
Consistent
week,
focus.
once a year. It doesn't help. You do it every day, you'll make a big difference. Yeah, it's okay. People ask, like just now, I just met Fadi for like the first time in a year or so. It's like, bro, what happened to you? Where's the rest of you? I'm like, what do you do? I honestly, I didn't do much. I didn't like run 5 kilometers a day for a year. I swear I probably didn't exercise even that much. But the only thing I did was I did intermittent fasting like every day. Like consistently every day. I limited my
Betul.
eating window and
Consistent je.
like magic. Like magic. And then the focus bit is very important also.
Betul.
Like you have to be absolutely 100% objective focus.
Sebab tu kita buat roadmap, vision, semua fokus.
Yeah.
And to have focus, you need clarity. You know what you want. You nak explain business you pun susah. Tak ada clarity, macam nak fokus.
Yeah.
There's no focus. If there's no clarity, there's no focus lah.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I were to put my own experience with Ibu as like the thing that gave me the most clarity when I spoke when I learned from Ibu, right, was line of visibility, right? It's completely changed my
yang tu powerful.
my
It'll give you a lot of clarity.
like the line of visibility is so important, and then
What is that? What's the?
It's
Oh, that's
tools
great.
to create clarity. Banyak tools Ibu akan ajar
yeah.
in order to give you a lot of clarity. Kadang-kadang yang generation ni kesian, dia nak banyak benda.
Yeah.
Ambition tinggi tapi tak ada clarity. Tak ada tools pun nak tolong to get that clarity.
Yeah.
So here come Ibu, the fairy godmother, flying like a superwoman.
Yeah.
Correct. And then like when I deal with them also, obviously I use your tools like say Gantt chart and so on and so forth. The first thing we do when we do a recap meeting is like they will get started, they'll put out the agenda and everything. I just wait, I let them go. Then the first thing I come out, I was like, where's the Gantt chart, guys? How am I supposed to know what's supposed to be done, what's not if I don't have the Gantt chart? Like, the Gantt chart has to be there.
Yeah.
Right? And I was I can tell you, like, I attended Ibu's strategic planning boot camp, like in Port Dickson. It's like the first one, right? It was completely eye-opening the way that she planned out what your targets are meant to be in the next year.
Yeah.
Exactly what you need to do and how to manage and keep your fingers knowing that these things are being fulfilled.
Right.
And once they are fulfilled, without a doubt, you would have attained or exceeded your targets. And a lot of the people that have attended that program, they attain that. When they're at the program, they think that the target they set for themselves is too high.
Yeah.
But they attain it in 3 months, not 12.
Yeah.
3 months they would have attained their 1 year target.
Yeah.
Simply just by having visibility on exactly what needs to be done by every division. It's
true.
It's mind blowing. When I went, I was like, oh, this is some next level stuff.
Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. Because right now, not just like RR, the other stuff that I do is like every time you want to do something, you're walking in a room that's fogged up.
Yeah.
It's you can see.
How do you expect to be
You
productive?
can see the end because you know that's what you want, but
the way towards
the
it.
way towards it is fogged up, and there are tables that you will hit,
Yeah.
and then
ya
chairs that are gonna
Allah.
trip you over.
And you end up tak arrive pun. So you too hurt.
Yeah,
Dah cenderung parah dah.
the trip. Yeah. When you stub your toe, you just stop walking.
Yeah.
You give up after a while.
Yeah.
Too many falls.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Okay.
I think we just take a break. Do you have to go? Or
I have to go.
You have to go. Okay.
I have
Then
to go.
maybe instead of taking a break, we just wrap up really quickly.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
wrap up.
Okay. All right.
If
Are you
there's-
okay? Satisfied tak dengan apa-apa ke?
Oh no, I'm
Takut
no.
you tak cakap benda
This is
betul.
fantastic.
No, yeah, it's cool. Actually, the part where I became very vulnerable right in the middle, I thought that was fantastic. Right?
Yeah.
Because I don't.
That was the point,
I don't mind.
actually.
Yeah, I don't mind getting vulnerable. because it gives me an opportunity to learn. But when other people listen to the episode as well, they can resonate because there'll be a lot of people who are like me,
Ya,
and they're going to
sayang.
resonate with someone like me
Ya, sayang.
who,
Betul.
you know, who has the drive for success, who knows what he wants. I mean, but getting there, there's no clarity. There's no, you know, clarity.
You want to add more words, bro?
Yeah.
Say
I
less.
pulled back.
Yeah.
So I'm patting myself on the back that I didn't say more words. I wanted to say more.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to. I mean, I know Ibu's extremely busy. She's got like a lot of things to do today, and I really thank her for being here. But if there's one thing I want to say about Ibu and her program, to be honest, if you look at everything that Ibu teaches, it is a giant encyclopedia of knowledge. And I think for a lot of people, if they're listening to this, they can feel quite intimidated. But when I learned from Ibu, she masterfully layers on the information so you don't feel overwhelmed. Not only do you not feel overwhelmed, at the end of it, you actually feel good and confident that you can take that next step. You know, because like, for example, I was talking about the strategic planning bootcamp, right? And that's only for like previous students of Ibu, meaning you've already been through the foundation, right? To be able to know exactly what steps to take to go from nothing to profit is actually a lot of work. Like every single step you need to take, right, it needs to be put down, and we do it in the workshop manner. We put it up on the walls, and we move things here and there. But the way that she does it, the way that she breaks it all down, it's so manageable, and it lets people leave. When people leave, they feel confident that they can execute.
Yeah.
So I don't want people who are watching or who are listening, right, to feel like, oh my gosh, she does LOV, line of visibility. She talks about mindset. She contextualizes VUCA and everything, and then there's so many things that she does. But actually, when you go for the program, and the risk of sounding like I'm promoting a program, I'm not, right? I just want people to know how beneficial it is. You know, the way that she does it is masterfully crafted, so that at the end of every session you leave feeling confident, as opposed to a lot of other programs that sometimes that I've been to, when you leave the room you feel confused, and that's entirely counterproductive to going for a program. You want to go to get clarity.
You go confused, you leave even more confused.
You pay money, bro.
You pay money and get even more confused.
Yeah, but down here you pay money, you go in confused, you come out confident.
Yeah.
That's I think the biggest compliment I can give Ibu. Not that she needs any, but that is what I would say. And this is me. I've been in business for, oh God knows, now it's 20 plus years lah, right? And I still learn a lot. Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
So cool, man. Do you have any questions for us?
No, I think I've asked.
You know? No, okay. Not just you lah. Okay. So I think we're pretty much done. Thank you so much, Ibu, for coming.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. I had fun.
You know,
me too.
You're always welcome to come back. I think we've only barely scratched the surface of what we can talk about. Let's say if something comes up next time that we can explore in depth, you know, you're always welcome to join us.